Alrighty guys, we're back for some mono red mid-range, and this is a March of the Machine, the Aftermath Standard Brew. We're gonna go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Redcat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do got that Discord link down in the description if you're interested in joining that up. Okay, what do we got in the build here? First of all, this was a revisit request. So it was requested down in the comments to go ahead and revisit my old Big Red Chandra list. And it's going to be a fun time, man. I love Big Red. So Chandra Hope's Beacon is a... Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Thank you so much for requesting this revisit. Okay, Chandra Hope's Beacon is a 6 mana, 5 loyalty legendary planeswalker. Chandra, of course, right? Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. This ability triggers only once each turn. That's really powerful, dude. It's got a +2 here, add 2 mana in any combination of colors. That's pretty decent. It's got a +1, exile the top 5 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from among those exiled cards. That's pretty good. And another good one, man, -X. Chandra Hope's Beacon deals X damage to each of up to 2 targets. That could easily help us wrap up games, man, especially if you're casting burn out of your hand and it duplicates the burn. Chandra's a crazy planeswalker, and 6 mana is a fair rate for this card, honestly, so... What else do we got packed in here? Well, a bunch of burn, dude. And we got some utility removal here on the top end. We got a couple Flame Blessed Bolts. So 1 mana instant speed, 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If that creature or planeswalker would die this turn, exile it instead. Pretty good, dude. There's plenty of stuff that we still want to hit that we wouldn't mind exiling. Even though I haven't seen too much Tenacious Underdog recently. You know what we do see a lot of? Phoenix Chick. And that's a perfect target for the Flame Blessed Bolt. All 4 Play with Fires, of course. All 4 Lightning Strike as well. Even though we are opting for more of a control style red here, it's still going to be very important to be able to hit the opponent's face because burning is actually our win condition. So got a single Abrade here. Like I said, some utility removal. There's a lot less artifacts floating about, but there's still enough artifacts to make at least one Abrade worthwhile, right? Brought this up in the last video. Steel Seraph has been floating about in mono white, so that's a great target for Abrade. Even I mean, the 3 damage still hits it regardless, but sometimes they cast it out as the 5/4 Steel Seraph, so just something to think about, right? Got a couple of Volcanic Spites. It's a 2 mana instant speed, 3 damage to creature, planeswalker, or battle. And we don't got battles in here, but that's okay. You may put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library. If you do, draw a card. That's actually really good. That's a great ability for a deck like this, man. Just filtering out cards has always been important for a big red style, right? I believe the last time we played this too, we had Fable of the Mirrebreaker in here, but now that it's banned, we had to just add different cards. And so, yeah, the filtering becomes even more important now that Fable isn't filtering for us, right? Got a couple Rouse reinforcements here. Just a sorcery speed, 2 mana, create 2 1/1 blue and red elemental creature tokens. Another one of our win conditions is actually going wide with tokens, and it is very possible. Another reason to have a card like Rouse Reinforcements is we have a bunch of planeswalkers in here, and so having some chump blockers to protect those planeswalkers just 1 or 2 extra turns, it does a lot more than you would think. We got some chump blockers, then we take out some of the opponent's creatures with our burn, and then all of a sudden our planeswalkers are getting to scary levels for the opponent, so... Yeah, I like the 2 of here. It could be as simple as playing Chandra Hope's Beacon and then going +2 and then going Rouse Reinforcements. And now you got 4 1/1s because of the top ability on Chandra to protect the Hope's Beacon for a few turns at least, which is really good, actually. We got 3 Brotherhood's End in here. It's going to be very important. I'm seeing a lot of mono red, a lot of soldiers, a lot of mono white. Dude, aggro is everywhere. I don't know how people are doing it. I'm really struggling with my aggro builds, man. But, you know, it's everywhere, and we've been getting destroyed by them. Brotherhood's End's going to be really good. It's got that bottom ability here, too. Destroy all artifacts with mana value 3 or less. Don't forget about that, because it comes into play way more than you would expect. We got 3 Chandra Dress to Kill. A little bit of ramp, really, is why Chandra Dress to Kill's in here. And again, it really, like, when you have ramp on 3, that ramps you into like 1 mana, then having those 1 mana cards here with the burn is actually just really important. So on turn 2, you have Ral's Reinforcements. You got a couple 1/1s. Turn 3, you go Chandra Dress to kill. You go +1, drop like a Flame Blessed Bolt on one of your opponent's creatures. Now you still got 2 1/1s to protect the Chandra Dress to kill, and you can kind of rinse and repeat that next turn. Or drop your 4th land, ramp into your 5 off the Chandra at that point, which happens to be pretty good. The second +1 comes in handy in mono red. Exile the top card of your library. If it's red, you may cast it. Sometimes you have so much land on the board that you don't even mind if this just takes a land off the top either. So it's got a -7, which I have yet to do on camera, I believe. So I'll just go over the -7 whenever we actually see it in the game then, right? Got a single Celestus here. Again, with the filtering, we don't have Fable anymore. I think Celestus is going to be great. The extra life gain really comes in handy as well. Yeah, just filtering through the deck, really. We don't really care about cards in the graveyard necessarily, but we kind of sort of do. There's a 1-of on the top end. We'll go over it in just a second, but yeah, it's not like it's a reanimator build, so. We got a couple big scores here. As an additional cost to cast this spell, discard a card, draw 2 cards, create 2 treasure tokens. You know how good it is to, like, you know, there might be a game where you're not seeing land and you go turn 3 Celestus and you still didn't see your land and you're like, oh man, this is big red. I'm supposed to be seeing land right now. You drop the big score with your Celestus and everything, and then you ramp that extra 2 right into Chandra on the next turn, and then, like I said, get some protection down with reinforcements or something like that. Dude, Hope's Beacon is actually just insane, though, because it could be as simple as your opponent only has a couple creatures. Worst comes to worst, you just go -X and take out those couple creatures, and hopefully it's just like 4 damage to each or something. Or it could be as simple as that +2 again, and then Lightning Strike, and then that duplicates because of the top ability. Yeah, there's so much power packed in, dude. I'm expecting a lot, so hopefully we get the job done today. So we got Naya, Fiery Negotiator here. It's a 4 mana, 4 loyalty, legendary planeswalker. We don't see it too often. +1 gets us a monk with prowess, which is awesome. The -1, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them. You may play that card this turn. Got plenty of those abilities in here, huh? So we got -2, choose target creature an opponent controls. Whenever you attack this turn, a Jaya deals damage equal to the number of attacking creatures to that creature. Yeah, we can kind of sort of go wide in here, kind of sort of, right? So we got the Rouse Reinforcement, and we have another card on the top end that gets us creatures too, and at least this is generating monks, so wouldn't be surprised to see that -2 actually take out some important things. Got a -8 that I don't think we ever ultimated Jaya on camera before, so got a -8. You get an emblem with whenever you cast a red instant or sorcery, copy it twice. You may choose new targets for the copy. So if you ever get this -8 and like the Hope's Beacon on the board, you're really wrapping up the game with like 1 burn spell at that point. Speaking of burn spells, we got a couple Stoke the Flames here. It's like I said, we do know how to get creatures on the board. So also just like 4 damage is pretty important a lot of the time. Or burn down the house. Of course, guys, this is going to be a key player in this deck. The opponent doesn't have anything to wipe. That's okay. Drop some devils. What's that? You already had Hope's Beacon on the board. Oh, 6 devils instead. Sure, why not, right? So burn down the house is going to be excellent. Sometimes, actually, I got to be real with you. A lot of the time against like soldiers or something, you're going to have to go turn 4, burn down the house off of your ramp with Celestus or Chandra. Unfortunately, Chandra does get hit too, but it's saved my butt plenty of times. Turn 4, burn down the house. Don't overlook that, man. Every now and then you got to use that turn 3 ramp and just go for the burn right away. Got a single Invoke Calamity here. So it's a 5 mana instant speed. It's got 4 red pips up there, which is pretty crazy. You may cast up to 2 instant and or sorcery spells with total mana value 6 or less from your graveyard and or hand without paying their mana cost. If those spells would be put into your graveyard, exile them instead. Exile Invoke Calamity. As a 1-of, I think it's going to be terrific, dude. I think it could be as simple as just playing this as a 5th burn down the house, right? You already played 2 burn down the houses. Your opponent somehow restocked the board by some miracle, and then you get that Invoke Calamity. You go burn down the house, and then you can also go play with fire to their face to get the scry. Invoke Calamity is pretty insane, dude, but I don't think we want more than 1 in this particular build. Got a single Mirrex over here in... just like I said, since we have Convoke with Stoke the Flames and stuff, and like that ability on Jaya too, getting extra creatures off the might seems a little bit more important than a different style of utility land, right? I don't know. I just feel like getting those extra mites down is a little bit more important in a build like this, right? Even though they can't block. A couple Crucible of Defiance, I think will be fine at 25 land, and choosing 2 Crucibles is the exact same concept that I've been saying this entire time. Sometimes just getting more creatures on the board is pretty important, so... Also, having the one of Mirrex is an all right decision too, because sometimes, well, I guess everything's red anyways. I was going to say, I guess maybe it would be double Mirrex wouldn't hold us up then, but I don't really want 2 Mirrex in here. Because of that middle ability, right? Add 1 mana of any color, activate only if Mirrex entered the battlefield this turn. I was trying to think of if we chose different utility lands, what would end up holding us up. And I guess it would be double Mirrex wouldn't hold us up, unless those were the only 2 lands we saw at the beginning. But I think the one of is fine. I think 25 land is fine, hopefully. I don't know, man. I tried to play some green artifacts for yesterday's video, and it was supposed to be an aggressive build, but oh, buddy, did it draw poorly. So some honorable mentions over here. Invasion of Mercadia almost made the cut. It's a pretty decent battle. Also helps us go a little bit wide with the backside, and then Volcanic Spite can also hit it too, but it doesn't flip it on its own, so not this time around, huh? Glittering Stockpile almost made the cut. It's a pretty good card. It really is overlooked. Urbask's Forge could have been a cool one, and Honored Heirloom has been one that I've been keeping my eye on, but even though I keep saying we're seeing more Reanimator, I also just haven't been seeing more Reanimator. It was like a blip in time. It was like 4 days where everyone and their grandmother played Reanimator, and so I started to build around that a little bit, and then it's just gone now. So Honored Heirloom was just one that I wanted to bring up, and it's a great budget replacement for Celestus. If you don't have Celestus, try the Honored Heirloom, and you never know, exiling target card from a graveyard, maybe it could be as simple as taking out a Phoenix, and now you survived an extra turn, so you never know. Something to think about, though. Okay, guys. Woo, buddy, this one took a while to go over. Enough rambling, though, huh? Let's go ahead, take this into some ranked, and see how we do. All right, we'll see if we can get right into that first game here. So what am I expecting from the build, huh? Man, I'm expecting a lot. Last couple times I played Big Red, it's always been relatively decent, man. But I guess also the last couple times I had Fable too, so... And Fable's just a ridiculous card. Wow, we go first here? It's a fine hand. I don't see anything wrong with this. Early removal and early board wipe is pretty good, regardless of what the opponent's playing. Worst comes to worst. Yeah, it really depends. It really depends. Let's see what they're playing first. Plains. Okay. Removal open or arouse reinforcements. It's probably Thalia next turn, so I'm just going to go reinforcements. Keeping Lightning Strike open to hit a Thalia is, like, not great, because Thalia lands before the Lightning Strike, obviously, so... Oh, it's just a veteran. Wow. The 3. This is a perfect example of why those 1 mana burn spells are so important, because you can get Celestus ramp down and still burn on the same turn. I'm just going to let them keep that, and we are going to ramp. Just keep our blockers back then. And yeah, if we had like a Play with Fire or something, taking out that veteran. Actually, this is a great one for the Exile 1-drop as well. Okay. Chump. Should we take out both of them with the Brotherhood's End next turn? I guess it depends what we draw. If we hit veteran, they get a 1/1 here with the Siege. We could try to wait for them to go wide. They're going to buff with Siege eventually, though. Get over the end that way. This deck does have artifact creatures, right? But nothing that the Abrade wouldn't be able to handle anyways. We go big score. Technically, we could handle that. We go big score. We have the ramp necessary, but I think we hold back for now. And I think we start... We'll keep the Lightning Strike. while they're tapped out, we take this out. Sometimes Azor Soldiers runs counter spells, and it always surprises us. Keep the chump blocker back. Keep Lightning Strike open. Let them go a little wide here, huh? How do you feel about that? I feel pretty good about that, man. If they drop another Siege Veteran before it lands... Okay, Recruitment Officer, yep. Come on, go a little bit wider here. Okay, Harbin. So if we keep Lightning Strike, keep it in hand, just go Brotherhood's End next turn. It's pretty good. That's pretty good, guys. Hey, there's the Flame Blessed Bolt. Alright, Brotherhood's End, though. 3 damage to everything. Pretty good, man. Flame Blessed Bolt, I guess. Yeah, no, that's fine. Keep the Lightning Strike open. Now we just wait for our top end to roll into our hand, right? Top end Chandra is technically our win condition, so... Okay, Harbin number 2. That's good for the Flame Blessed Bolt. Still keep Lightning Strike back. Even though a second veteran would be a little better. Okay. We start swinging now? Maybe. Keep 1 back. Yeah, we could have kept Burn. We have 4 of them in hand, and also the Invoke Calamity too, so... Yeah, opponent. Oh my, I'm so sorry, buddy. We got the Lightning Strike for that too. 1, 2, alright. Start with big score, because there could be something that we draw here that changes my line of play, right? Chandra, there we go. Okay, we don't want the Devil to get blocked by the Sky Strike Officer, so... And I guess we'll swing with just 2 again. They do end up blocking here, wow. Okay, I was gonna say, they're really running low on cards, man. Siege Veteran, nice, okay. We still got a great block because Devil's ability. Another Burn Down the House, okay. I have 2 mana open. We go +2, we'll only have the 4, so Burn Down the House isn't available yet. We just go X is 2, take both of those out, right? That's disgusting, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They get a 1/1 share. Swing with 2, keep 1 back. They do end up blocking this time. They're running very low on cards, man. Alright. Let's see. If we get to keep Hope's Beacon and we just go Burn Down the House. Oh, Miro. Nice. That's good. That's really good. So we can go plus on this. We can go plus. Yeah, +1. I guess +1 is fine, right? See what we see. Just a single Stoke the Flames. Okay. Sure. We could duplicate the Stoke the Flames, I guess, right? I guess that's better than duplicating the Burn Down the House. Is it? Is it better? We can do both of these regardless. I guess it's not better. Because this is 6 Devils, whereas the Stoke the Flames is just... Yeah, GG opponent. GG, buddy. I completely understand the concede. So what we were going to end up doing there... So, okay, hold on. If we would have just hit face and full swung, that's actually lethal, isn't it? We didn't even have to hit the Mirrex. Mirrex, yeah, listen to me. The Mural, right? So we would have hit this. We would have only had 8 on the board down to 4. But because of the Devil's abilities, we would have just stoked the Flames the opponent's face down to 8, swung with 8 Devils, and whichever one they blocked still would have gotten that damage through. Disgusting, dude. That was... Oh, man. We just picked that soldier deck apart. Look at the importance of Thalia, though. If they would have had Thalia, I bet they'd still be in that game, but I don't know, man. We were probably still favored with all those board wipes. Got 7 total board wipes in here and the Invoke Calamity to cast them back. So I guess we could count that as 8, maybe. Once we get to Chandra, it's got that -X, which takes out 2 creatures if we need it to. So I think against soldiers, we were probably favored regardless of if they saw Thalia or not. It would have had to be like Thalia, then we burnt it away, and then they play another Thalia, and then we burnt it away, right? We go first. I guess this is fine. Play with Fire is available. I think I forgot to go over it when I was going over the deck because I was just trying to, oh my. I want to take care of that, man. Ronin can be a pain and it kind of slips past a lot of the board wipes, so while we have it available, we should take care of it, right? Anyways, I was going to say this is kind of another win condition if we don't see anything else, right? It's a very slow one, but Feldon. Feldon's not good. Trump blockers, okay. The Mirrex back. We better play this. Mono red control versus aggro. We definitely need to see more than what we're seeing. And Feldon is just awful, dude. We could... Okay, we trade into Feldon, right? They see top 2, but take 1 in the air. Okay. Yeah, Feldon's a pain in the butt, but I think we still trade there. It's our 2-mana card for their 2-mana card at that point. Luckily, we went first. By some miracle, we went first against mono red aggro, so... I still... Oh, they got their land. No 1-drop, though. Okay, well, I guess Mirrex should come down. And if we don't use Stoke the Flames, then we have that ability there. We also have Crucible, too. Crucible could be a good thing to get down. Yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you what. Feldon number 2 would be worst case scenario, dude. A 3-3 Feldon's a pain in the butt. Okay, yeah, no. 3-3 Squee, definitely Stoke the Flames. Yeah, eventually Squee will be able to come back, but that's too much damage, man. When we can prevent that damage and we can't use the blockers on Crucible to take out a 3-3 Squee, we could have if it was 2-2, but... Okay. 2-mana open. If we go bottom ability, there's a chance that we can't cast it. There's a good chance, right? Some removal would be good. This is legendary creatures, right? Yes. You'd think I would know that with how much I played with Crucible. Maybe we get a land off the top and just, like, get it into exile because we don't need more necessarily. Okay. We're gonna go for this one. Oh, burn down the house. Oh, crap. That would have been so good, dude. Ah, jeez. It was risky, but we do have a lot of 1-mana cards and a lot of 2-mana cards, too. So there was a chance of seeing burn. Feldon number 2. Okay. All right. 5 damage on the board. Are they full swinging at this Chandra? Chandra dressed to kill actually helping us out pretty significantly here, man. Taking damage off of our face is huge. I guess, yeah, if we would have seen removal. Brotherhood's End. Wow, good draw, dude. It's like I said, we do have a lot of board wipes in here. Squee comes back next turn. We're in some serious trouble, man. We really are. We really, really are. Like, Chandra Hope's Beacon dies if we just go -X. And we can't successfully... I apologize, opponent. We go +2, 7. We don't have the Brotherhood's End. It's literally, it just has to be the Brotherhood's End, huh? Right? They get to see 3 off the Feldon. Like, there are so many things to consider here, right? Like, we had Crucible, too. We could have gotten some 1/1s down. And now they have Squee available for next turn. Do I play this for the sake of having land on the board before the Chandra? I don't think we do. There's a chance that we see a mountain and then keeping the Crucible in hand could be a game changer. 3rd Feldon. Guys, we're in trouble, dude. Feldon is like worst case scenario against a burn deck because they just keep... They can... Oh! Yeah, Squeeze only 3 from the grave? No, it's 4 from the grave. Why does it say 3 over here? I guess it doesn't it usually show what it costs to actually play it back from the grave, not the mana cost? I don't know. Flame Blessed Bolt for the squee is so good. Oh my goodness. Just take out Feldon, let them see another 2 off the Hope's Beacon, or just go +2 Flame Blessed Bolt the Feldon, get that exiled that way. There's so much to consider, man. Doubling down on Flame Blessed Bolt next turn could be good. Let's take out Feldon, and unfortunately that opens up Chandra to a Lightning Strike, though.
Stopping tyrants like you is kind of my thing.
It's fine. It's fine. Third Feldon is out of here, and hopefully they don't find the 4th one, dude. I don't think Mono Red plays 4. Feldon's a pain in the butt, man. Oh, jeez. What did they find? Strangle! Oh, no! Strangle takes care of the Chandra. Okay, so Squee comes back for 4. Strangle hits Chandra. They don't need more mana. And then Flame Blessed Bolt hits Squee, but they'll have a 1/1 on the board. We're in trouble, guys. We're in some serious trouble. Yeah, when you're playing Mono Red, don't overlook Feldon, man. And this, I feel like this has been the path Mono Red has been taking for a while. Squee, they'll have their 1/1. Flame Blessed Bolt takes care of it. Power up a Mirrex token. Let's see something good, man. We see something good. Oh, like some burn? Okay. Do this on our turn. Sometimes Mono Red plays Blazing Crescendo, which would get the Squee over, so while they have 1 mana, that's a little bit better. We have Mirrex open, we have Lightning Strike open. Let's just hope that they don't actually have a 4th Feldon. Down to 9, though. The exile on the burn down the house earlier was so bad, dude. Like, we really need to see something here. Take the 1 for now. Keeping Lightning Strike for something more important than a 1/1 is a good thing, I would say. Remember, Mirrex tokens can't block. So we're just kind of getting it down to get it down. Oh, no. All right, anything on the top end, especially another burn down the house would just pull us right back in, man. I'll tell you what, though, the poison counter is starting. It's another Mirrex token. Couple turns of survival with like 3 mites on the board. Could get us there. Swing for 1. What on earth is in the opponent's hand, guys? Just gonna take the 1. If they have the burn in hand, then I guess they have it. You know what I mean? Because it could be Lightning Strike and then Invasion of Ragatha for 7. I gotta keep the Lightning Strike back. I'm pretty sure. For something more important. If they got the burn, they got it. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is at that point. Okay. Big score. Do we go for it? A 5 mana open at that point. I'm going for it, dude. I'm going for it. Oh, no. Oh, Celestus actually helps us. Celestus actually helps us gain some life and filter pretty nicely. Yeah, we had 5 mana there, so there was a chance of seeing... Like, we need the tokens from the burn down the house to block on the ground a little better. It's 3 mana. Crap. Oh, no. Oh, I could play this, but then I don't have the filter. And it's only sorcery. Is it worth the life? I guess it is, actually, isn't it? I guess it is. Let's hope it's not a burn down the house. Take action. Let's hope it's not a burn down the house. Worth the life gain, though, I would say. Oh, we can actually decline, though. Okay, I'll decline. That's right. You can gain the life and decline the card draw. These can't block, so we get the swing. All right, I guess we're getting lucky. The opponent's not seeing too much. But then again, the triple Feldon was pretty unlucky for us too, so. Yeah, get Get that life back up to 9. I guess decline until like we see a land off the top that we actually want to send and actually filter out. We don't want to just discard another burn. Oh, nice. Furnace Rains. We'll get a treasure token from that. Phoenix Chick, that's 3 damage on the board. Back down to 6. They could still have double Lightning Strike in hand or something. Oh, Phoenix Chick from the grave. Are we? No, they have 2 mana available. Gonna die next turn if we don't see something. Maybe. Play with fire. You guys can see how the mites can get the job done. Like, I swing this turn and they're already at 5 poison. Like, if we would have just been focusing Mirrex tokens this whole time. So, Play with Fire takes care of one of the Phoenix Chicks. These can't block at all, though, guys. So, if we go Celestus this turn, go for the draw, there's a chance. I guess we got to do it. We don't have 2 cards to change it back to daytime, though. This is activate as a sorcery regardless. So we're going back up to 5 here. We're going to take this action because there's a chance that we see... Okay. So land, we'll get rid of it. We have Play with Fire available. And we're going to wait for their turn. With Mirrex. So we'll go ahead and swing. We'll keep this open on their turn too, because they don't know what's in our hand, so. Up to 5. I think we're dead, but... Oh, yeah, also you don't want to do this on... Because if they find another way to swing with more creatures, they can bring the Phoenix Chick back from the grave again, so that's another reason to hold back, for sure. They full swing. 4 damage, but it's not, actually. It's 2 damage. And then, do they have their Lightning Strike yet, man? Do they have it? Activate this just so that way it's not being held up by anything here. Are we alive, dude? Watch it comes down to a couple turns of me just not using the mites, like when I should have been, instead of, well, the life gain on Celestus is crazy, dude. What they do that for? Oh, they found the Lightning Strike. Aw, good game, opponent. That could have been anyone's, right? I think so. There were some draws there, and earlier too. Oh my goodness, the exile with the Chandra was so bad, dude. Losing the burn down the house. So that's something to consider. If you're piloting this deck, be very cautious about that second +1. I should have just did the top one, but there was actually a decent chance of seeing something that we could have played. Because we have so many, we have all 4 Lightning Strikes, we have 2 Rouse Reinforcements, we have an Abrade, we have 2 of that other Volcanic Spite or Smite, whatever it is. Like there, and all the 1-drops too. So actually, maybe it still was worth the risk there, right? I don't really know. Okay, so we went up against Soldiers, we went up against Mono Red, and I mean, I think technically we're favored against Mono Red, but that's a real tough. That's like, I don't know, man. All 3 Feldons was so bad because everything we have to remove creatures is burn, and so Feldon is just beautiful against that. So it really depends. Opponent goes first here. I can only anticipate that this is going to be some kind of aggro deck, and this hand is all right against aggro, but not like, you know, not ideal. Okay. Sulfur Springs. You know what? Flame Blast Bolt would be great to hit here. Oh, nothing apparently. I was going to say, Blood Tithe Harvester is a great target for it, but then also, Tenacious Underdog, we just don't see it too often anymore. Phyrexian Flesh Gorger, that's a pain in the butt, dude. Nice. Okay, land Celestus, Flame Blast is open. I'm a little concerned that the next card they play is going to be a 3/3 as well, right? Graveyard Trespasser style. Okay, hopefully we draw a board wipe. We got plenty in the deck, and if it is going to be a Graveyard Trespasser style build, then we got to be prepared for Shieldred too. So that, like, best case scenario, burn down the house. Can we just play with 8 burn down the house instead? Is that a thing we can do? Okay, take this action. Get rid of a land. Get that actual draw. Another land, makes sense. Okay, Stoke the Flames is available. We should probably keep it open because we have Stoke and Flame Blast too. Next turn, Chandra can come down, clean up a couple creatures. We don't have to hit anything with our instants. So let's see what they end up doing here. Big score might be a thing. Yeah, big score. This is going to be Reanimator, guys. Brotherhood's End. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Nothing for the 2 mana, but they got great ramp. It's Reanimator, Rakdos Reanimator. I think it still runs Atraxa, right? I think so. I guess we'll just take the 3. Resolve. Take action. It's better than them gaining another 3. And I mean, just keeping the Stoke the Flames in hand doesn't seem ideal either. Due to tally. I hope they don't hit something great. What they hit? Chandra. Go for the throat. Well, at least the go for the throat doesn't hit anything. They took a dress to kill from us though. What could we see, guys? We need to see more than the land we're seeing, that's for sure. Also, they switched it back to daytime for us, so we get another filter off Celestus. Dude, Celestus is so good, it's ridiculous, man. Brotherhood's End. Alright, let's see what the actual draw is. Invoke Calamity. Okay. Invoke Calamity, huh? How do we want to do this? Atali's a big old chunky creature that's hard to get around. I guess Mirrex should come down finally. Invoke Calamity doesn't actually do too much with our current hand. We go Chandra, we go +2, the Atali still takes care of it. If we go Invoke Calamity, we can only do 2 things. We can't actually do the Brotherhood's End and the Stoke the Flames. I apologize, opponent. I am thinking, buddy. As always with these mid-range / control style builds, there is a lot to think about because there's always a lot to play. We go Hope's Beacon and go +1. Exile the top 5 cards until the end of your next turn, and we might actually get that Atali off of our face. Hope's Beacon dies. Still got the Chandra. It's Chandra, right? Chandra +1. Atali takes pressure off of our face. Or it takes pressure off of our face from the Atali swing. Burn down the house is great. Dude, nice. We hit some solid stuff off of that. Because now burn and play can take out the Atali, and once we play them, they're in our grave, so that way we can do it again with the Invoke Calamity. That's really cool, man. Alright. Celestus just like carrying these matches though. we gotta consider the second Celestus, because worst comes to worst, you can just, so there's the pressure off of our face, right? Because if they would have swung face here, well, they needed to take care of Chandra, because if we do any of these twice, then it's looking dangerous for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyways, what was I saying? Cruelty. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, they can take our Chandra. Oh, no, they can't, no, they can't. Put target creature card from a graveyard. I got scared, I saw Planeswalker up here. I got really scared for a second. Okay, burn down the house, Atali. With the play with fire. We better just do this, dude. And then they get to bring it back eventually with the Atali. Are we gonna die? Are we dead? I don't know, we got that Invoke Calamity when it comes time. I guess we better do this. It gets rid of the Chandra, and it... Oh, okay, good. Okay, the good news is, guys, yeah, you can only play one of them, apparently. The good news is we had the Flame Blessed Bolt, which does exile, which is actually just much better than what I was thinking anyways, because now they can't bring it back with the Cruelty, We better play this too. I should have just used that and kept the Celestus open, but it doesn't really matter because it's not a multicolored deck. Yeah, be careful. I was thinking we could play both. So you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from among those exiled cards. Not any. And Celestus, let's go. Carry me to the top, Celestus. Okay. Lightning Strike. I guess Brotherhood's End isn't doing too much here, right? I guess it would be all right if we see if they see another Flesh Gorger, but they're gonna bring the 7 mana Flesh Gorger back. Lightning Strike. Okay. Let's see what we draw. More mana. You know what? I was gonna go Invoke Calamity, start swinging. But now, I think it's just gonna be Celestus. Make sure you get the mana on the board for Mirrex. Switch it back to daytime. Take action. Jaya, that's so good, dude. All right. Now I will ditch the Crucible. That's a tough decision, dude. I'm going to go Brotherhood's End, actually. That's a really tough decision. Yeah, so with the extra mana, we had the Mirrex open, but we were also just going for the draw to try to find more to play overall. And Jaya is so good. That is such a good card to see off the top there, man. Now, hopefully, even with their Flesh Gorger coming back, we can pull this back. Invoke Calamity can bring back the burn down the house, but now we're wiping our board with Jaya and everything too, if we bring back the burn. So Flesh Gorger's a pain. It's got Menace too. There's their Harvester. Okay. We go Crucible. The ward on the Flesh Gorger's so bad for us, man. I'll play with fire. Okay. If we go plus on Jaya, we have enough blockers, and we have the Crucible as well. Play with fire can take out the Harvester on our turn before they can tap it down, which is only sorcery anyways, but still, you guys know what I mean. Like, Flame Blessed Bolt. Burn down the house. Wipes the board. Getting rid of the Jaya is so bad, though. I think we need to think of a way to keep the Jaya on the board for now. And that is, get some monks down and keep the Crucible open, right, for 4, and keep the Play with Fire open as well. Actually, we'll still have 4 if we do Mirrex too, so that's fine. That's fine. So instead of the Play with Fire on the Harvester, we're just going to keep our creatures back. Double blocking Flesh Gorger for the first turn isn't a priority, as I would much rather use the -2 on the Jaya to take out Flesh Gorger when it comes time. Another land, oh my goodness. Dude, the carry from Celestus, man, we really got to talk about the second one. Yeah, worst comes to worst, you just ditch the second one to the Celestus ability, so... Probably swing at Jaya then. Not even using the Harvester ability here. I'll tell you what. If they take out this other one, we're just going to go Invoke. Let's see where they swing. They want to hit the Jaya. We can double block. Double block. Get Jaya down to 1. We don't know what's in hand. I'll tell you what, guys. I kind of changed my mind here. Let's do this, man. Let's go Invoke Calamity. Let's burn down the house. And 5 damage to everything. Jaya survives, technically. We could go Play with Fire from our hand, get the Scry. Or Flame Blessed back from the grave here. Exile. I'm gonna go Scry. Actually, we can do that anyways. What's the back button? Flame Blessed Bolt, sure. Exile the Harvester then. Yeah, we still have enough mana. Can I get this above 5? No. No, it would have been exactly 5 if we would have dropped the Play with Fire then too. It's not terrible. Jaya gets to stay on the board. Oh my goodness, breach the multiverse. Dude, we're dead. We're so dead, man. Flesh Gorger gets to come back. Oh, Atali, they hit another Atali. Yeah, no, and our Chandra too, because Breach the Multiverse. Oh my goodness, GG opponent. GG, buddy. Oh. So this was a matchup between like mid-range slash control up against mid-range reanimator, and we weren't able to keep up pace this time, but look at all of our options, dude. Like there was so much to think about, honestly. Wow, Gix's command off of the Atali. This is crazy, dude. This is insane. Oh my goodness. They cast Abrade first, so the Abrade actually. So what they wanted to do was cast the Gix's command first, if they had the option, which I believe they did. And then they could use like the opposite abilities or the same extra counters onto the Atali and stuff. I want to play this out. This is the last game because we're already 45 minutes in anyways. We're playing it out because the opponents probably have lethal damage next turn. They got 9 on the board with the Tally. Chandra could go -4, hit face 2. They go -1 for the turn. To make sure the Jaya is gone, because they don't want us to see extra off the top. Let's get a Scry. Even though I'm pretty positive this one's the opponent's, guys. Chandra helps us see more off the top too. So let's play the Chandra. Let's see what's on top. We still have 5 mana, which isn't gonna do anything. But you never know. Let's see it. It's gonna be a land, guys. We actually have a blocker for the Atali with the Crucible too. I don't know. I think it's totally fine to let the opponents play this one out, just to see more of their deck and just to see what's on top of our deck too. But guys, always feel free to skip ahead in the video. I do have chapters at the bottom and timestamps in the description as well, so make sure to skip ahead. Go see the final thoughts. I always have lots to say against the final thoughts. Oh yeah, the Atali transform. I always forget about that. The Atali's so good, man. Atali's so good. Yeah, so we're going to be getting 12 poison counters here, guys, so good game. Good game, opponent. I bet they don't get to swing with that too often, so hopefully that was fun for them as well. Woo, buddy. All right, yeah, let's go talk about this build, huh? So, there's actually a lot to say here. Let's see. I'm thinking... Revisit request. So first of all, thank you again for requesting the revisit. I love Big Red, man. Big Red is easily one of my favorite types, one of my favorite play styles. Even though today it seems like I was struggling a little bit with the decisions. There was a lot to think about. The opponents gave us like these crazy complex puzzles to try to get around, and they got around us instead, right? And now it depends what you're seeing, man. Yeah, I think other mid-range builds are probably favored. Once they get those big creatures down, the Atali hit their board how many times, right? So it was a big pain in the butt overall. But if you're up against aggro, I'm pretty sure you're favored unless you're going up against the specific version of mono red that runs Feldon. There's a few different versions of mono red floating about, and Feldon doesn't see the cut for all of them. It's definitely the path I would take with mono red. Feldon is very powerful. It's been powerful ever since it came out, and it's starting to see more play for a good reason. And if you do go up against that version of mono red, then they might be favored because we have so much burn in here. All right, Celestus, guys, it really does carry the mid to late game. It helps you gain life while you try to find more stuff. Like the life gain against mono red is huge. It helps you filter since we don't have Fable to do that anymore. So 2 Celestus, man, we got to find room for it. Probably drop a Chandra, go up the second Celestus. Simple, right? Because Chandra dies to our burn, our Brotherhood's End and our burn down the house anyways. So that ramp that doesn't die to our board wipes is pretty essential. So go up that Celestus, drop a Chandra. Even if you don't do that, I think the deck is still fine enough. More testing is definitely required overall. So yeah, I liked the build a lot. Honestly, instead of extra burn too. I could see going up more of the Rouse reinforcements too. I like the 2 Blessed Bolts and the 4 Play With Fires, but I also think that it would be maybe worth your time to drop a Play With Fire, go up the 3rd Flame Blessed Bolt. Again, depends what you're seeing, man. We saw how dangerous bringing back Phoenix Chick can actually be, essentially winning that game for the opponent, getting that perfect amount of damage through it at that 1 turn, right? So exiling with Flame Blessed Bolt is essential, and Tenacious Underdog still sees a little bit of play here and there, not nearly as much after Invoke Despair, you know, got banned, but Mono Black still exists, I think. Still a lot of other great targets to exile, right? The Veteran from Soldiers, they can eventually bring back, buff their wide soldier board state, stuff like that. So yeah, drop a Play With Fire, go up a Flame Blessed Bolt. It depends what you're seeing, guys, but what I'm seeing, that is something I would do probably. I could see dropping a single Lightning Strike, going up the 3rd Rouse reinforcements. I like keeping the Abrade because, yeah, like look at that last game, Flesh Gorger's definitely still played, and there is that Reanimator deck floating about, and some of them do run Flesh Gorger like that last deck. Even though you're taking that extra damage, whenever it is the 7/5, 3 damage doesn't cut it, man. You might have to use Destroy Target Artifact. So I still like the utility from the Abrade, even though we're really relying very heavily on the board wipe from Burn Down the House at that point in the game, right? We got to see how Burn Down the House and the Flame Blessed Bolt comboed off the Calamity. That way we were able to exile their 1 Atali, so they couldn't bring it back again. Unfortunately, they did find Atali number 2 to bring back with the Breach the Multiverse, which is a disgusting card, dude. Chandra Hope's Beacon's very good, but if you have to cast it out and it doesn't have protection, like we saw in that last game as well, it just ends up dying and not doing too much, unfortunately. So it's actually a lot of scenarios here that didn't line up too great for us, but I think those simple changes might make it a little better, right? Drop a Chandra Dress to Kill, go up a Celestus, drop a Play With Fire, go up a Flame Blessed Bolt, drop a Lightning Strike, go up a Rouse Reinforcement, right? We're really just like rearranging just rearranging the numbers a little bit. And even if you don't do that though, I still think it's going to be all right. If you rearrange the numbers, it might actually be detrimental to the standard that you are seeing. And I promise, it sure seems like everyone sees something a little bit different in their standard. It depends where you are on the ladder, and I believe it does matter what MMR you are as well, right? The matchmaking rank still exists, I think. And so everyone's seeing something a little different, so it really, really depends. Hey, Jaya's pretty great, man. This is a good one. I like it. I like it as the one of. I wouldn't go down to less than Chandra, less than the 2 Chandra Dress to Kill, because I still think you need that turn 3 ramp. And if you are, it's funny, we brought up Heirloom, and then I said we're not really seeing the, oh, I spelled it wrong. Wow. I brought up the Heirloom, and then I said I didn't include it because while I thought about it, I haven't seen too much Reanimator, if at all. And then we did see that Reanimator in that last one. So Honored Heirloom could be a replacement for the Chandra Dress to Kill as well. I do think Chandra is still going to be solid, though. Just, you know, it's another budget option, and the turn 3 ramp is very important. So, yeah, something to think about, man. I like the double big scores. I think that is totally fine there. Got a little lag, sorry. Double Crucible was fine. The 25 land was fine, I would say. We did see a lot of land. We filtered out a lot with Celestus, which is another reason to go up to 2, huh? But hey, enough rambling, guys, huh? What did you guys think of the build? I love Big Red, dude. Of course, we're going to play something like this again in the future. If you made it this far into the video, for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, I gotta hit the end button. Okay, I will see you in the next video.